Hello everyone, welcome to Ring Diaries here at Church of Uganda Family TV with me, Phiona Mbowa, where we talk about anything and everything to do with marriage. Do you have a question about marriage? Please get to us on our social media handles and let us handle it. Do you have anyone you want to host to see us host? Please also let us know and we shall bring them to you. And I keep telling us we are not experts. Marriage is not about being an expert. We just come, we share experiences to see how we can make all our marriages better. And with me this evening is a very amazing lady, and we're going to talk about women in business. How do we handle women in business, and yet we are married, and yet you are a mother, and yet you are a daughter, you are a daughter-in-law. Like, the things are so many, and we are going to discuss that. But today Barbara, I want you to introduce yourself and tell us about yourself, tell us about your business, so that we can get to the gist of what you do before we understand the conversation.
Thank you. I'm Barbra Nyakaisiki Kabu. 3 children, married, 7 years, and I work at Prime Gardens, Nankwa Deblenga, as the manager.
As the manager. Prime Gardens, it's an amazing place, by the way. If you have any wedding, if you have any function, please come and be part of it. You'll be amazed by the services they offer. They are very big gardens, like where we are now, but also there is another wing which has bigger gardens. Yes. So if you're in any place near Bulenga, please come and support Barbara here. Barbara, first of all, thank you very much for joining me.
You're welcome.
How is being a manager to such a very big place?
To me, it's exciting, and I think I love it because it is something I really wanted. I wanted to be in business world. So though there are some things that are always coming in, but still, I think I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it?
Yes.
Now, you're running this business.
Yes.
You are a wife.
Yes.
You have 3 children.
Yes.
You have sisters, you have a mother, like you have all these things.
Father-in-law, mother-in-law.
Exactly.
Yes.
How are you able to balance these things out?
It's not, okay, it's easy. At the same time, it's not easy. Because running such a big place, when you're married and you have kids, it's quite a balancing thing. Why? Because 1, the husband is there. 2, the children are looking at you. Then 3, you have the business. Now, and the business itself, I also have my father-in-law and my mother-in-law that I have to also take care of. Okay. But I get a way of balancing everything. Number 1, I love my business. Number 2, I love my family. So how do I cope? How do I do that? So the truth is, the first thing that came in my mind, family, I have to get a nanny. I have to get someone who helps me at home. Someone who can wash, because I cannot leave my place. We leave sometimes at midnight. We have parties, we have concerts, we have birthdays, you have a lot of things that happen to the gardens. And you cannot reach home, and then you have to cook. You cannot reach home and you have to wash. So I usually get people to help me with that. So that's why I hire like a maid, and you find that work is easy at home. Then when it comes to my workplace, obviously, I have workers that I also, who help me out. Yes.
So now, you have to, let's say, you said there are some days when you have to leave at midnight.
Yes.
One, you have, as you've said, you have these children. Even when maybe there's someone at home, the mommy comes, there's always work.
Yes.
Somehow. And then you have a husband.
Yes.
Who will need his needs also taken care of.
I know.
So one of the things you said is you hire people, delegate some of this work.
But in delegating, obviously, when it comes to my husband, I don't delegate.
I was going to say, do you also delegate that?
No, I don't delegate. When it comes to my husband, it is my responsibility. So you find like my husband understands the kind of job I have. And let me tell you, to be with my man doesn't need to come early. It doesn't need me to come at 8, no. As long as I know what I'm supposed to do, me and him, we know that this is our time. I'm at work. Yes, I've come at midnight, but yes, it has to move. Life has to go on. So he has his own time with me, and I also do with him. So, but still, with my kids, I have to make sure still that I get some time for them. On Saturdays, early morning, when I don't have parties that will make me come early, I have to make sure I prepare for them some breakfast, because they need that motherly touch, breakfast and care. So you find like every Saturday and Sunday, I have to make sure that I'm there for my family. They have mommy around the kitchen. Mommy, we are peeling something with mommy. We are doing this with mommy. So mommy is always around on Saturdays and Sundays. That is when I'm not busy at the gardens. Then that is only when I have like parties. But these other days, they're always free days. So sometimes I also come like in these holidays when we don't have a lot to do. I find I come a bit late.
Okay, so you spend some
I
bits
spend
of the
some
morning
time,
with-
yes. Yeah, so still there's plenty of time to be with my kids.
Okay. And for the woman out there who believes that I need to do everything, what would be your advice to them? I need to go home, maybe I've reached midnight, I start peeling and, you know?
I think those ladies have to understand that you cannot do everything. No, you cannot be in the kitchen. You cannot be in the everywhere. You have to prioritize. You have to know that if I'm a working lady, you have to not be even tired for your man. Because if you try to come out from this place at probably at 10, then you want to go to the kitchen and cook. Then you're coming from the kitchen smelling onions, smelling tomatoes.
Yes.
Then your husband is waiting for you. So even your husband will find like he's no longer interested. So what I do is when I leave here at 10, I know the kids are already set, they've showered. So it is me and him. Sometimes we watch like a movie when they've already slept, and that's where something comes out from. You understand? So that is him and my time. I don't have to smell onions. I don't have to smell tomatoes because I want to prove a point that I'm going to be everywhere. No. Ladies, me personally, I think that we do not have to please people or society that you can do everything. No. There is always time for everything. You did those things, now it's time for work. When it's time for money. Let the society say whatever they want. But you and your husband, you know what is happening.
That was actually my next question. Of course, that comes with a bit of society saying, but this woman, she's not doing this. How do you manage to handle that?
Yeah, I mean now, like when I work in, because it is a garden, but still it has a bar. So sometimes people say, but what time does she prepare for the husband? When does she have time for the husband? My dear, I do have time because you're not, first of all, society doesn't know where we met, how we run our stuff.
That's true.
Me, my husband, I remember when I had given birth to my second child, every evening, I would make sure I plan for something to eat. I do it from the kitchen here at Prime. And then when he would ask me, Barbara, what is it? What are you fighting? Who is telling you that you have to do all this? No. Me, I did not bring you here to be my chef, to be my house help. You're tired. You have a child. You are here, you have a business, and then you have to cook. No. Let the person who is responsible for cooking do the cooking. Yes, people, you get your friends, marry people who understand you. From there onwards, I'm like, yes, now I know my position. So I make sure that I do not listen to what the society say. Whatever they say at the bar, I know that me and my husband, we understand each other.
And we have an agreement.
On each and everything that we do.
Okay.
Yes.
Then before you talked about prioritizing, and of course some ladies we end up not prioritizing. So what I want to know is, what are those things that must be prioritized? Those things you should not delegate. Of course, you talked about your husband.
Yes.
But what are those things? Because we may say go and get help, and someone will get one for laying the bed, one for...
No.
What are
when
those
it
things
comes
you should
to
not delegate?
number one, when it comes to my bedroom, no zone. no goes on.
Really?
Yes, because now, seriously, that is my own place,
space.
my space. You know, I remember some time back, me and my husband would wake up and you find I've gone when I'm in the sitting room. I'm like, love, do you know that I've not laid the bed? Let's go. We shall do it when we come back. You understand? And that is our
And then
part.
someone comes in.
And then if now you have someone that you're delegating, that means that it is automatically a mess. That's where Lugambo comes from. You know, people talk. So what we do is that whatever is in our bedroom stays between the both of us. And I really prioritize my how is it called? Bedroom, something that a man and a woman should have, that privacy. That is my number one. I really prioritize it a lot. My marriage, my husband, I do.
So those are things that should not be delegated.
Yes.
What other things shouldn't be delegated?
I think another thing is about my kids. There are certain things also that I do not delegate to the maid. When it comes to the type of food, I be the one to select whatever they're going to have.
To eat, huh?
Yes, because sometimes you find like the maid would actually prefer, I think, frying like chips every day if it was possible. But also that I make sure that I do take that responsibility of knowing whatever they are going to eat, whatever they are dressing up, because sometimes like I have a daughter who is almost like me. So she will not know that putting on that dress is too short. Yes, I'm a modern lady, but at the same time, I would not want my daughter to go naked. So for the maid, she will just let it be. But me as a mother,
You know what you
I
want.
know what I want, and I know the society. So I have to make sure that my child is well dressed up, my children have what to eat, how do they look. So also that is my responsibility and my priority.
Now, some people say when women are, especially businesses, because unlike working ladies, business does not have time. They will call you at 6 in the morning, they will call you at, like, it doesn't have time.
True.
And many a times you find people say you will not have time to nurture the children, like the values of the children. When do you prioritize having that?
I don't, to me, that's not true. It's not true because, number one, you can never fail to get time for your children.
That's true.
As a mother, you can never fail to get time. Now, when it comes to business, me, myself, at first I used to say that when it goes beyond 9, I do not want to receive a call from a client
After 9 p.m.
after 9 p.m. I do not want to receive mostly when I'm at home. If I'm still around the place, it is okay. I can receive any client. But if I go home, no any other calls. So, but sometimes you find like there are these emergency calls where there's probably someone is sick and is one of my staff.
Okay.
Or probably I live maybe like the show, there's something that is wrong. Maybe the music system,
power has gone
and the generator has refused. They all go, they black out. So they're like, we are in need of you. I don't come. No, I also call maybe someone who I tell them, let's do that tomorrow. Sometimes I don't pick up because I told them when I am at home, I'm at home.
How are you able to set those boundaries? Because sometimes it's very easy for one to just cross into the other. How are you able to set those boundaries?
I think, I don't know, but I think because maybe probably the people I work with, first of all, I want to tell you that, okay, the first thing that is so major is that the place I work is a good condition working place. The condition is good. Like to the point that even if I'm like, don't call me, no one is going to do it. They understand.
Okay.
My workers do understand. Yes.
And now this time manager, it
Yes.
is her family time.
Yes.
Do not cross. Now, from what you're saying, I'm sure there are women out there who are saying, but for us, our husbands will not allow us to bring maids the way you're saying.
Yes.
Maybe what if my husband is not as understanding and wants me to do all those things? How would you go around that?
Huh. And that one is, I think it is also a blessing. Because first of all, I think all women should get their men and become their friends. They should also have, they should understand each other. They should sit, talk about their family, talk about their marriage. And then they see, if you're working and I'm working, the way you feel tired, it's the same way I do. So if you want the food that I cook,
Yourself, you need
myself,
to cook,
I need to
my
cook.
food.
That's when you feel that you've eaten food that, then you have to think, do I really still need to work? Or I should sit and I become a housewife? Because you cannot do all those things and you satisfy everyone.
So you need to be able to.
You need to be able to I don't know, to talk. Get someone who understands you.
And also assess, should I actually keep working?
Yes, and also if you get a man, you should understand that if you have gotten someone who really needs your meal, can I keep on working? Do I want to save my marriage? Do I need what is more important? Yes, there are men there who want your food, put water in the bathroom. Man, they are there.
You can't even imagine it, how you're saying.
But me personally, I thank God that my husband is understanding and he knows that we both need to work. We need to work, we are very young, and we need to delegate some things. Yes.
So the important thing is we need to learn how to delegate.
Yes.
Okay. So how about self-care? One of the things I've seen about women in business, at least the ones some have seen, they actually forget to take care of themselves.
That is very true. Now, that one, I think if my mom watches, she will actually say, hey, thank God they've asked her. So personally, I'm a natural person. And I love my hair natural. I love to stay natural. But then there's this time when my mom says...
But even natural hair needs time, Barbra.
Yes, it does. But remember, natural hair needs time, but at least it does not take a lot of time, like when you have the straight hair, you have to go, they palm you, you know those things. But at the same time, my mom used to tell me, you have to care about yourself. However much you're busy, every lady has to get that extra time
to take care of
themselves. So my mom believes that if you do not take care of yourself, your man is going to run away, your man is going to do this. Because our parents always think that it's all about the man, but also us ourselves. We need to do it. And I think it is very important to take care of ourselves. And I do get time.
How do you, because I am imagining the little time I have to be with the children, I need to take care of the husband.
Now,
when do you get time
the good thing
yourself?
with my working condition, my working setting, is not that it is tight that you want to move out for 2 hours. No, it is not that a tight business. It's not that that they need you there.
You must
be sitting there. No. So you find like I can get time. I go out, go to the salon, work on my nails, work on my hair. Yeah, yes.
So you prioritize self-care?
Yes, also, yes, I do. Because I think I also don't look bad.
I can see, and that's why I'm asking that, because I can see you put in, and I'm trying to see how do you run all this place, have a husband, and then, because most people who do that, they usually neglect themselves.
Yes, because you get overwhelmed. You get overwhelmed with everything, and you find you don't have time for yourself. But you have to remember that of all those things that you do, you're also number one. Husband, children, but what about you? You also need you. Because me, I'm going to meet a client. How will I meet a client when my hair is looking like a mad woman?
It's actually part of
you don't smell nice. Yeah, it is part of your setting. What is, even the client might say, is this the manager of the place, or I'm seeing the cleaner? And you're almost, the cleaner is even better than you. Can you imagine? So I have to make sure that I have that face, that even when I meet a client, a client is impressed. Yes.
That's true. Interesting.
Yes.
So, just a little bit, I want to back up a bit about the stereotype of what a woman should be. Because honestly, the things you're saying is not a typical woman, the one we saw growing up. Eh?
I know.
And most of those women, most of them, either they have something wrapped around their head, like the picture you have of that woman. But what you're saying is outside that school. How do you, yes, I know you talked a little about it, but how do you handle the stereotype of you're not being a good wife? Not being a good woman.
What defines a good wife?
I don't know by that.
To me, I think that a good wife, if your husband is not complaining that you're a bad wife,
Would he complain to you?
yes, I think if you marry a friend, your friend will tell you, but Barbara, now,
You have ignored me a lot.
yes, what's up? So, but, like of late he tells me, you need to go to the gym. Probably that is communicating, you understand? And you don't take it personal because he's trying to show you what he would really want. So I think a good wife, if, to me, I feel I'm a good wife because all my duties, I play all my duties as a wife, as a mother. I think that makes me a good wife.
So it's not about what society defines as
Me, sorry the society, sorry, but if you go to the society, you go crazy. To me, I don't know if my understanding is good, but society can make you fall if you listen. You can fall. Marriage, you can find like your marriage is going away if you listen to whatever they're saying. Because I remember when I had just reached my husband's home, and I think I had spent like 3 months, and my husband was okay with me wearing trousers. And then when I came, they were like, can you imagine? Like, where am I wearing trousers on my mother-in-law's place? I was like, hello? My mother-in-law is not complaining. My husband is not complaining. Why would a society person, why would someone outside complain?
We are what do they concerned Christians?
Yes, you have to be concerned, yes. But trust me, I'm not wearing something that is indecent. There are trousers that are not indecent.
Yes.
My top is good, it's long enough, I'm very smart. And then you're outside, you see that there is something wrong with my dress code. You're not even part of the family. So if you listen to it, you go crazy. So I would really feel that me listening to the society, I give it like low percent. Yes.
They should not determine actually.
They don't determine my marriage, they don't determine my life. What I care about is what my husband says, what my husband feels.
What practical things do you do to make sure you actually achieve that?
Yes. Most on which part? When it comes to work or marriage?
Work and marriage.
Work and marriage. With work, I think, how do I make my work? So
work, because we are saying if everything is to be well balanced,
yes,
they all have to work well.
Yes.
So that one is not falling behind.
Yes.
And one, because you may be saying, okay, the marriage is working, maybe at the expense of the work, of the business. So how do you make sure that business works?
So this business has departments. We have the accommodation, we have the bar, we have the gardens. So you find like this week, I'm tackling on the accommodation. The next week, I'm tackling on the bar. I don't combine everything. No. Yes. I make a schedule of where will I be this week? What am I going to do this week? And you know, like this type of a setting, it's not that you're going to have things happening from Monday to Sunday. So you find you have plenty of time. Yes.
So you have to have a schedule that is there and you know what to do when.
Yes.
And when. But most times you think businesses are not as formal. You think, why would I need a schedule? I mean, it's a business. Whatever arises, I will go with it.
No, we do, because you find like if you do not tackle with whatever is happening in the accommodation section. Accommodation, I mean, you have to find that there are some certain things that are missing there, and then probably you have visitors. Then
So you remember it when the
you
visitor
remember when the
arrives.
visitor has just arrived, and then you start calling the plumber, you start calling the electrician. No, 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 no. You have to make sure that you're at par with everything that is happening. Yes.
Okay, so I love the part of of the schedule. And
Yes.
do you also involve these other people you're working with in that schedule?
Yes, I do, because, for example, like in the bar, I make sure I have a cashier. Then I make sure that this person is responsible for the generator, this person is responsible for. So different departments have different sectors, and you delegate according to everyone's power. Because I have like two guys that I know. If these ones say that the generator is dead,
They know what
they're talking about. So you find like work is easy for me because they are making the work easier for me. If I ask, do we have fuel in the generator? Yes, we do. Okay, that section is, is the generator fine? Is there anything that needs to be worked on? So you find like they make my work very easy.
Okay, that is interesting.
Yes.
And how about the marriage? How do you make sure it works?
My marriage, how do I make sure that it works? First of all, I love making my marriage interesting. I had a boss who used to say that sometimes you need to, sorry, I'm going to say it, to be probably like maybe a slut, maybe you need to be, you need to be someone who is crazy. So that probably your man sees a different person, though you're still the same person. So you find like when it comes to my husband, I have to do a lot, to do different type of things to make that it's not a boring marriage. If it needs me for me to get like an advance, to take him for a cup of tea, to go an outing, or to buy him something, like a gift, I have to do it so that I can keep that something new, something new. I get new ideas to make sure that my marriage is burning.
Even in the like the way you be busy,
Yes,
you have time to look for
yes.
ideas.
Sorry, but I know, but you get time for yourself. Even at night, you hang out at night. You leave the kids, they're sleeping. You go out, you have fun, you come back, and you're very excited. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, then for the children, every weekend you get in a month. We used to do it like twice in a month. We take kids like for an outing, and yeah, that's how we do our stuff.
So there's a way you proportion time
Yes.
for everything.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to continue with this conversation about being a woman in business, a mother, a wife, and all that. Don't go away. I'm Phiona Mbowa, here at Church of Uganda Family TV with Ring There.